Good morning, all. Dear children, we shall deal with the further sub points from the chapter The Making of National Movement 1870s to 1947. See, since we started our journey from 1870 and now we are coming to close to 1947, that is our independence. In the last period, we had discussed about the civil disobedience movement, and then we discussed about the Quit India movement, how the mass people of India has participated, and it made to think to the British that it is furthermore we can't claim our further stay in the country, and that is why now it has been decided by British government as in the middle of the World War II, and during the 1940s, means towards independence and partition. We are dealing with the subtopic towards independence and partition. Though we had seen yesterday the Quit India movement, but 2 years back in 1940, League, particularly Muslim League, demanded independent state. It's an independent state for Muslims. They don't want to be the part of India, and they wanted a separate nation or separate country for only Muslim population. And that is why, see, and where they wanted, which land they wanted from India. Now presently we may observe, we may see this area, the particular India is the northwest area. This is the northwest area, and eastern part of the country, that is this one eastern part of the country. See, in northwest and eastern areas of the country, Muslim League demanded these parts should be given to the Muslim population only as a Muslim country, as a separate country. It was demanded in 1940, and League itself viewed Muslims as a separate nation. Means whole Muslim population of whole India is a separate nation within the country. In a country, there is a separate nations of Muslim population, that is here. Okay, so League viewed Muslims as a separate nation, and why they thought so? What was the reason to Muslims to consider themselves as a separate nation? See, just remember, in earlier lecture we had seen that the elections were first General Assembly, provincial elections were held in 1937 on the basis of Government of India Act 1935. In 1937, the results showed that out of 11 provinces, on 7 provinces, INC means Congress succeeded, Congress owned these 7 provinces, and among them remaining 4, Congress again was the alliance party to form the government. It means that this result showed that furthermore, if we continue to be staying with the Indians after independence, then there will be no representation for Muslims. That was the apprehension, that was the fear of Muslim League, and that is why Muslim League demanded a separate nation in the northwest and eastern part of the country. That you must understand here. So this part is concluded now. Now let us see the next after World War II what happened. World War was over in 1945, and British government now decided to make India a free nation. Then it started negotiation. It opened negotiations with Muslim League, with INC and with themselves. It means these three independent components now began to negotiate how, as per the demand, they should be given, or the unique or united nation shall be a unique country shall be granted as an independent nation. What shall be the strategy, or what shall be the new nation India shall be? On that, the negotiations started. Muslim League again claimed sole spokesperson for Muslims. It means Muslim League considered itself as that is an independent voice representing Muslim community. That was the view of Muslim League. But INC denied the claim that the claim is sole spokesperson, only spokesperson on the part of Muslims. But INC denied the claim since many Muslims were active part of INC. Yes, you may see Maulana Azhar was also Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. These were that time the national and so-called considered renowned leaders of and active leaders of INC. So the claim of Muslims is not granted here, but such negotiations at initial stages of failed. Now see the further that we are discussing the point towards independence and partition. The first level dialogue as negotiations were opened, they failed. Now what happened? I already told you in 1937 elections, there were 7 seats, 7 constituencies were owned by INC, Indian National Congress. Now, in 1946, see, in earlier slide we had seen from 1940, Muslim League persistently demanding the separate nation from Muslims. Now, this opportunity, their demand has been strengthened, seeing the results of constituency elections in 1946. How? Constituency elections were again after 1937 held in 1946. What happened this time? Since Congress was working for whole India, throughout the nation, so there were now the category of general provinces or general seats for general provinces and reserved provinces. It may reserve for Muslims. So those seats which were allotted as a general, on such seats Congress performed well. Congress won it. However, on the reserved seats, Muslim League performed spectacular. It means spectacular performance on reserved seats by Muslim League. It means that it is clear, it is now strengthened that people, particularly Muslim, believe in the strategy of Muslim League. Hence, Muslim League persisted demand for Pakistan. Now it is clear that, and which Pakistan? Pakistan means the Muslim majority areas of the India, that is northwest region, presently that is Pakistan, and eastern region or eastern areas of the country, that is now Bangladesh. When first partition happened on 14th of August 1947, the present Pakistan was considered as a West Pakistan and present Bangladesh was considered as a Eastern Pakistan. That again separated in 1971, that you may see in the subsequent earlier chapters or in the next year. Okay, so this is the again furthermore progress demand of Muslim League, and we are marching towards independence and simultaneously towards partition. Now, let's turn towards the next point, and that is cabinet mission. As we saw, the negotiations had been started by British government in 1945, but initial talks were failed. Now, cabinet level ministers, the three members of cabinet level ministers was formed, a commission was formed, and that was named as a cabinet mission. Cabinet mission that was in March 1946. Okay. 1 minute. So what cabinet mission suggested is the cabinet level mission, united India. There shall not be partition, but India must be a united nation, and some autonomy may be given, some loose type of autonomy may be given to the Muslim majority areas. That was the proposal given by cabinet mission. Yes, obviously this is not acceptable by Muslim League, and also it was not acceptable to INC also. So means united India with some autonomy for Muslim areas where Muslim are a majority, that is in northwest and eastern side of the country. Then INC and Muslim League, Indian National Congress and Muslim League disagreed with the proposal. It means cabinet mission failed. Then partition is now more or less inevitable. How it is inevitable? Let us see here what happened after that. See, we saw in 1946 there was clear-cut spectacular majority owned by Muslim League, and hence Muslim League decided that the demand of Pakistan by them has been liked by the Muslim population, and it means their demand has won. Isn't it? It was a victory. It was a victory of demand. Hence, Muslim League decided to organize a mass agitation on winning its Pakistan demand. And what to do it? They celebrated. They celebrated, and also they just decided a date, and that date was 16th of August 1946. What they decided? If our demand is not fulfilled, then we have to directly act, and hence they have observed this day as a direct action day. Pratyaksha Karwai Divas. It means directly they are now in action. They will act if their demand is not fulfilled. Then what happened from Calcutta? Nowadays, we have, it's a part of our India, but during that time also majority of them in Bangladesh. It is residing in Bangladesh, presently Bangladesh, and earlier that was it was also part of India. So the majority of Muslims, just under the slogan or the action day, direct action day, from 16, the very next day, the riot broke out in Calcutta. Violence broke out. Violences, atrocities against the non-Muslims. So, and that lasted. It means, see, riot broke out in Calcutta, lasting several days of violences. See, we are still this what you call hatredness experiencing throughout both the countries, even Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh. They are continuously taking the help of these violent methods and doing this what you call riots, different kind of riots. Now, which started August 1946, riot started in 1946, and by March 1947, see, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, and March. It means near about within 8 months, this riot, communal riot, emerged in Calcutta and spread to the northern parts of India. And here in northern parts, mixed community was existed, still it exists in present India. The northern part, particularly the northwest region, that is present Pakistan, and this spread, this riot spread to northern India, and this began just violence and atrocities against women, children, elderly people, their personal robbery, and whatnot. It means we can't you just go on watching different kind of the movies. Yeah, that is shown in limitations, but you just imagine how violent and how fanatical, how unjust it was that time the riot was. We just imagine only. It was such a horrible things that time happened. Now let us turn towards this one. Now this continuously going on non-violence, and that's why leaders of both sides decided, and even our British government also decided, and it has not given in one book, but the negotiations of Mountbatten Plan. According to Mountbatten Plan, the India has been partition was inevitable, and according to that, on 14th of August 1947, partition of India took place, and a new nation, Pakistan, was born. That time, Pakistan was Western Pakistan and Eastern Pakistan. Eastern Pakistan, present Bangladesh. Just remember it. Then the joy of independence. Yes, we did it for getting independence since our 1857. Okay, from the 1857, it was the first war of independence of India, and particularly from 1870s, the things are the making of awareness among the people has started, and by 1947, the mass agitation was staged on different times, and the joy of independence, getting this independence, is from British rule came mixed with pain and violence of partition. We parted. This means united India. That was earlier I had shown you that India is now having different lines of borders of two countries. Now the Pakistan and Bangladesh. Dear children, we conclude here the chapter. Since we saw from 1870s how the Pune Sarvanik Sabha, Mahajan Sabha, Madras Mahajan Sabha, Bombay Presidency, then all these worked for making or creating awareness in the hearts of the people. Though it was limited to some cities, so consequently and subsequently this spread throughout the country, and even not only one class, not only the tradesman or businessman or rich or poor, every Indian had began to think that British rule is a foreign rule, and we must have our own rule of our own people, and that INC also formed in 1885, established an Indian National Congress. Even revolutionaries on their methods used their methods to give the freedom. So all these mixed efforts finally gave us independence in 1947. See how many renunciations, how many sacrifices that they had made. We must have to preserve our this independence as a very valuable principle of our own, because no individual can survive without independence. You must have your own independence and liberty. When you are at liberty, then you will do the miracles in progress. Thank you. We shall conclude here the chapter. 11th chapter. Rest we shall discuss the questions and answers. Thank you very much.